wanted to check. Tabiso.
Yeah.
Okay, no, we will download them, but we will refer back to the email because we wanted to check the date received. It's very important.
No, this one's there.
Yeah.
Already this one's there within the date. Mostly I want the attaches in the right documents. It's only few that didn't understand. Now when they just send to confirm, is this for real? Like, why don't you just send your application once?
I found something, so I'm just gonna print them out. Then from there we'll just have a table discussion over those CVs, what they have sent, and then we're gonna select 25 scripts, or should I say 25 CVs? In those 25 CVs, 15 will be for NVF. You know the argument. 15 will be for NVF and 10 will be for us, and we'll take it from there. Okay. Now we are done with the selection process, printing of synopsis and CVs as requested. So after printing it, Paul, who's our executive producer, Mohadi, who's an assistant producer, will be sitting down together to now go through the synopsis and check those who made it to the final cut. But we are very much concerned to say our writers do not adhere to the rules and regulation of writing. Remember, in writing, there is only a certain font that is allowed to be used. You can't just be using any font like your monotype, those creative case of thing. And when we look at this, we are very much concerned to say a lot still has to be done, you know. Yeah, our artists just used any font that they get into the Word process and used it to type. We believe this is one of the areas where we will be just touching on, so that even in future when they submit their CV to somewhere else, they should be meeting the criteria that has to be used. So we are printing out. Unfortunately, some of the script didn't make it for selection because they didn't attach everything that we want. We wanted the script, we wanted the CV, we wanted the synopsis, but we only found CVs with certificate. Unfortunately, that doesn't make it to the cutting line. So the criteria that we'll be using for the selection process, which is the second stage. Let me get my script. So this is what we call a script evaluation sheet. This sheet assists us into checking who made it, who qualifies it, who is doing what. So in the script that we are printing today for evaluation, we'll be checking on your idea. Is it original? Is it something that has never been there? Or is it something that has been there but you're taking it in a different angle? Your proposal, your content. And we'll also be taking the storyline. What are you actually telling us? Does it make sense? We'll be checking the dialogue, how you structure your dialogue. We'll be checking the characters. Are your characters married to your storyline? You find that the person is telling us a storyline of romantic, but now there is some hojas there, we don't know where they made. And then the structure that you used, the production value, and lastly, marketability. Is your script marketable? Can we take it to TV? Can we take it to cinema? Or is this one of the scripts that we can just take it to theater and develop it? So this will assist us together with the team to check who qualifies for what. Remember, you might not have made it to this cut, but we will still take it further and check how we can assist you to be the better script writer from script to screen.
just make sure it's professional and everything. We'll be able to commission others.
But in essence, it's also feature length, so it's made for TV stuff.
Yes.
Because that's also different.
Yes.
Different.
Yes.
So not for TV.
But as a writer, we wouldn't like to limit you, because I agree when you start to work with people, you must realize, or maybe most of the people they are into series, but you just be as versatile as you are. But our main aim, we want to produce feature.
Yeah, maybe also we're looking at, we know that it's very expensive to go to a school, and if you get an opportunity, at least if you can be fed with
The basics.
all the basic that are available in the film space.
Sure.
For an example, if you want to produce a filmmaker who will be able to touch everywhere, maybe it's always best to also give him a little bit of a background of documentary, because a documentary can then at the same time teaches you how to conceptualize for a show, for a TV show, a studio show, or even a reality TV show, which is the reason we also added the third day, which the third day will then focus on those nitty-gritty of your finance, how to actually look at
The
the
business
finance
side,
of the producing, research, pitching, location scouting, transcription, short list, and all that. But we're not really making it a main focus. We'll be bringing different people on that third day, so that we kind of introduce them to the real world of the film.
Yeah, just to add on what my TG said, I mean, as she was explaining that, remember some of this is a passion, but a passion without having a foundation. At some other point, you must be actually losing your vision or in the career of filmmaking, television film. So what we have realized is that, I mean, most of the filmmakers, they do have the story, but they don't know how to put it in the professional way. So hence she indicated that, they must understand the structure, how to structure a film, your beginning, your middle and end, your twist, your first act, climax, all those visual realization and everything, despite of whether it's gonna be a TV or filming, because we understand that almost as an expert in the filming, what is important is a basic knowledge on how to build the story, and then you follow it up, and then the good ending, or maybe the closing part of the film. So most of these filmmakers, as I say, they are novice.
All right. So then, from this, we can all agree that in order for you guys to achieve what you need to achieve, we're gonna work with those that have experience. The first group.
Actually, the first group, what
I mean, this one, the one.
Not really. All these people are important, but the first group and the second group are those that you can see that, all right, it's easy to work with. There is promising here. I can work, because one thing that we are focusing on is to tell our story the African way.
Yeah.
Do our way, because most of the people, like I said, some you can see that Utseri concept, they are men in black. I change the name just to make it. But Hana any, you understand? So number one and number two are those that we can say, all right, fine, you know what? You have this, you just need a push. But in our I nearly said our conference, there's conferences in here. In our engagement, we're gonna have these three groups represented. We're gonna have people from group 1, people from group 2, people from group 3. Because still, even these ones, they are needed, because they need to learn from this. This is what we can say, like in our meeting when we were talking about these NFV short stories and everything. It's what you can say, okay, you know what, you can use this, you can use this. When you just need to be corrected here and here. But when you have potential, like group 3 is that we're saying there is potential. It's just that ulekile how to put it in content. This, not all of them obviously, but this I can work with. I can put them here.
And
This I can put them here.
That, Mr. Indra, I think
And then also the rest of the batch from group 3 is those that we're gonna shelve for an intensive course. Like when we have our second budget and all that in the future, we can say now we have produced our 10 filmmakers from the industry. Now can we have an intensive course whereby now, because this we're just gonna be like, okay, this is the foundation. Now this is back to 7 basic points. Let's start from the beginning.
So, if I may ask,
Yes.
all of them, I saw like a schedule, yeah, the date. And
Yes.
Is it so?
No, it's okay.
Is it supposed to happen in the next month?
That is why I say with group 3,
Uh,
it's those that will need intensive future
okay.
training. This is not a pain that much, but with the time frame that we have is doable. This group is those that we can say we need an intensive training. Now let's check. Even the stakeholders now will be different, because now multi-choice is like, now we want to produce content, but this is not to produce content, is to now come back and say, Balisa, let me teach you how to write an A, let me teach you how to hold a pen, let me teach you how now you're going to structure your cases and everything. Then now we can take it to second point. But for now, number 1 and number 2 is those that looking at the time frame is just to tweak it there and there, and we should.
Yeah.
So then, so then it means then the schedule talks to these guys.
Yes, it does.
As much as we want to include the others,
Yes.
but unfortunately we can't because of we are pressed on time.
Yes.
Limited resources.
From group 3, maybe we can have 5 people that we have checked, and Kitsela Tahore, Bra Henry, it's not good, but I think you were pressed on Akitin Kaibiang. Like Palisa, you know how to sing, but you don't have training.
Because my concern now is if you're gonna mix these groups,
It can.
it's difficult in terms of pitching.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you cannot pitch from advanced and begin at the same time.
At the same
Yeah.
time.
You cannot. So I'm not sure. Then hence I'm asking, what is it that you want to achieve? If you want to achieve your goal, which is to produce a film at the end of the program, these are the groups that you can work with.
Okay.
Because for example, with this one, if you're saying this group is a bit more advanced, I won't, let's say, if and considering time, if I speak to this person and I say like, what's your subjective arc in your story? This person might not. I'll still
I
need to
know.
explain that kind of thing, and then that's just gonna. And then because the way I also teach is there's a lot of interactivity.
Yes.
So, but if Rabua and they're not part of it, it's gonna be.
It's not set the
Yeah.
purpose.
You lose this too.
No, I think I understand it, and it's very fair.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's about us producing and reaching our objectives.
If this was only about the skills transfer,
Yeah.
this is gonna make sense to accommodate all of one.
I am okay.
But now to produce at the end of the
Yeah.
program,
That's what you said.
that's the way with these ones.
No, yeah, I think to add on that, Mr. Henry, remember when we had discussion, especially me and you, one of the issue you raised that you can have 100 people are trying to train for a script, but by the end of the course, you might end up having 10 or 20.
Yeah, you know the
Some
way.
people might not be, they might think they're interested, but they're not really there. So one of the reasons I think what Parisa was saying was that you might find also in this site, there's also 1 or 3 people who are really passionate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll make sure, of course, that 90% of this is the content, is this particular people.
Hello everyone, my name is Lerato Milling from Mapikeng. I'm part of the Sakai script writing program or bootcamp. I saw it through one of the Sakai's music group, and I decided, okay, this is talking to me, this is what I'm interested in, let me apply.
Hi, my name is Melody Ngomane from Pumalanga in Hazyview, and I'm part of the Sakai writers.
Hey, my name is Khoposo Mashile. I am from Pretoria.
Guys, my name is Franz Mashamai Pichipape, based in Pretoria now. Okay, on Sunday, that was the first day of the whole thing. So we got to meet up with all the other candidates. One thing that stood out for me about Sunday is that we got to learn about the incentives that goes with the program, and I trust, you know, that got to prepare us really, you know, for the whole thing. We're willing to, I personally am willing to work so hard, because I trust that if I should get just one of those incentives, I would be set in my career as a filmmaker.
I saw an opportunity to attend a workshop training for scriptwriters, and I knew that this was my chance to get the training that I need. So then when I got the call, I was really excited, and then I came here yesterday on a Sunday, and then the workshops were to start today. So we came yesterday, and then we met everyone who was here. It was a bit intimidating at first, because I mean, you amongst other scriptwriters, and you keep looking around and thinking, oh, maybe this person is better than me. My name is Omokholo. I studied acting at City Varsity. We mainly did a bit of, I was mainly in front of the camera, nothing to do with behind the scenes. Everything I was told, it's a so I took directions, I did that, work on the character, did live performance, a bit of theater. And then after that, for me, it was like a reality shock. Like after Utaskolong and then experiencing the industry, it was not like we were told at varsity.
Like Brother David, that I'm reaching a limited audience. I would like to bring my stories to life. And that's when I got interested into the script writing industry. And about that, I got scouted to do an international a global collaboration to write a script.
There's nothing more interesting than the truth in one's experience. And then I could say that I love movies from a very young age. My parents used to tell me, like, I used to be glued to the TV. So I loved movies, and then I started talking to people when I was in grade 6. I was introduced to public speaking in grade 6. I went to a speech competition where I took the runner-up, the first runner-up, and then in 2016 I participated in the road safety debate, where I ended up in I think it was the provincial level.
Okay, we're very posting here from GFC. Basitan, I applied. Basitan script writers. Mabangtata nakhona bengibhale just makhopolo. I read it just a makhopolo, and I was like, how these people, they are taking me kanjan. Okay, but I'm going there to learn more.
To see doing away with shying away from the truth, because in most films that we watch that say that they are telling something, they're telling the truth, you'd find that they are actually sugarcoating it. So I want to see myself writing films that do not sugarcoat.
Initially, when I started thinking, I thought he is, not quite naive, because he knows. He's like, do your parents know that I'm black? Yeah. So he's not quite naive. But this thing that he keeps doing, where he kind of steps in and then he goes back. Kind of steps in and then he goes back. He doesn't quite commit.
Doubt.
He's doubtful. I think, yeah, maybe he's doubtful.
lack of
you carefully
confidence.
consider how they visualized what he has to overcome. And I actually must say that I understand why someone would say that he is gullible. It's the wrong word. But there's a level of emotional vulnerability that is attached to the guilt that he feels. I literally can't figure out the English word to express what I want to say. But because we understand that he needs to free himself from the guilt, right? And because this guilt has been making him behave in a certain way, which might actually seem not gullible, not necessarily naive, but it's almost like vulnerable is the word, but I'm trying to find the one that actually is the flaw. But what he tends to do is that he, in this instance, he behaves a certain way, which actually speaks to broadly why he's been letting this girl treat her the way that he did. So there's that thing deep that says, I don't want to let anyone down. I don't want to, I just want to keep the, But it's just an English word that when I click in my head, I'll tell you what the word is. But I think what is really important is for us to understand. So when you are even doing your own story, always look at the plot and say, so what do they learn? Because that's one way of working backwards to realize, what do they overcome? What is the thing what we are very clear about here is that whatever he overcomes helps him to release the guilt so that he can walk away when that girl is dying and not come back. So whatever he's been vulnerable to, for lack of a better phrasing, that's the thing that he's overcome.
Actually, it's me again, right here on Sarchive TV, the one and only youth movement in the country. Yeah, look, we are actually grateful as Sarchive that there is a project that we're doing called From the Script to the Screen. It's not just terminology. Basically, what we realize as the South African Arts and Culture Youth Forum is that there is a lot of script writers programs that are happening around the country. But at the end of the day, these script writers programs are just a talk show. People come here, they eat lunch, they are jollying, they are busy left and right with this and that. But at the end of the day, when they go home, they don't have that particular content. They can't see their films on TV, they can't get commissioning. They don't meet funders. They don't meet the people who are in charge of the industry. So we sat down as an organization to say, no man, we need to create a meaningful program that will become the best. And when we met with NAVF, they were telling us with script writing programs, learners, they always quit. You never have the equal number until the end. But we said, no, our program, nobody's going to quit because we're going to do it differently.
Hello, igama lami uPriti Mwamkhanazi, and I applied for the workshop program because I want to become a scriptwriter. Well, I am a scriptwriter, but I just wanted to learn more because I haven't had a chance to be trained in script writing.
Many things I didn't know, and then like zenziwa kanjani until ngize ngizibone namhlanje ukuthi introduction iya kanjani. Bengazi nje ukuthi then kuyahanjwa nje, but today at least I've learned ukuthi then zinama step by step.
The experience is great so far. This is the first day and I'm looking forward to the next week that will come.
Okay, like so far kule boot camp esikuyona ngifunde izinto eziningi kakhulu and ngikwazile ukumitha abantu abazi kangcono kunami abane experience so far ngifunde kakhulu and ngifunde nezinto ebengingazazi and I believe ukuthi ngisazofunda more.
Today I got to know about post-productions, pre-productions, the music cue sheet, what entailed, and then to my surprise I found that I actually knew what the terminology mean, but I didn't know the actual industrial film name for them.
We learn the foundation actually of how to write a script.
Basically what we did was learning the terms so that we can
use the correct words, the correct terms when it comes to working and understand the environment as well.
I found today more interesting because that's when I really got to hear like the stories about to who they are, where they're coming from. Also, like it just broadened my mind. Or like there's so many opportunities in this industry, and just hearing the experiences of other people, what they've done, it also opened my eyes as to wow, this industry is so broad. I have so much to learn, and it also even started like imparting ideas. Thought, wow, I can try try like my hand in this, try my hand in that. I can grow in this. I've always like wanted to know more about producing and directing, but that much.
Sharing isn't eningi, and you know other people's experiences, their journeys, what they have been through. Yeah, what does it take to be a filmmaker, yonke leyondo, and whatever it is that they taught us the workshop.
I'm so glad I made it here, because it was so important for me to come and be here. So yeah, today I learned a lot, and I got to meet and to know a lot of people.
The workshop like we've learned a lot from it, and it's as the script writers not aware of them, but today at least we've learned, and we're hoping to learn more from the coming.
That's powerful. That's just powerful, getting information from facilitators who have been in the industry for so many years with so much experience, and they are still doing so much more.
That we got to learn as the delegates is that most of us were running around with ideas, we're seeking funding, just having ideas. We got to learn that today that an idea is not a story. We got to learn about the elements that goes into making, developing that idea into a story.
And it was a beautiful experience having to meet new people. Everybody was interesting. It was a beautiful experience, as I said. It's amazing how everybody has done so much in the writing field, and their work is very inspiring.
And hopefully from what I've been learning, I'm going to be a great script writer, and I'm going to make a lot of content that is going to help a lot of people, especially now I know what to do when it comes to movie making or script writing. Thanks a lot.
At this point in time, it's a challenge for me because now I have to go back and revise my original story and see or work on it so that I can become one of the better ones.
Oh no, she's so this and this happened to that person, will only work for 5 minutes. You can't push me to, you know what I mean? Like, unless it's like it was a killing, but out of that thing I feel responsible, then I'm carrying a guilt.
Right? And this accident kind of makes us feel some kind of empathy for him because of the way he is moved by this accident. There's something that we clearly feel is disturbing him, right? So in that setup of the film, that's how they manipulate us to feel empathy for him already. In that moment with the deer.
But no, I believe in people. She's like, you do? Why? She's the girl like, well, I wouldn't be here if I did it. Or like, you know, if I also didn't believe in people, then everyone would rot in jail for nothing. That kind of a thing. So can you see now how with
both sides of the story?
Yes. And then you can have a thing where, okay, cool, now they think they are ready for court, false victory. This lawyer is like, circumstantial evidence, you're going to get out of here because there's no proof of you killing the person. This is what I've gathered. But guess what? At the midpoint, they get there, these people have doctored things, and now the case is going really bad. And this Portia person is rearing her head, and you still need to figure out why she's an antagonist.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's like, oh flip, I underestimated this chick. She's crazy. And people think I'm the creep. She's the crazy one. That's why Kere Oikwale really like go deep into these characters, especially because at the moment I think you are just seeing her as she's a young girl.
Yeah, she's a young girl.
Yeah, she is, but she's more than that.
Because
You were a
she's
young
the
girl, you
one-
were different
she's
from
the
your
one
friends.
futhi expose ngisho ene mele amveze sekusala kuvela naleza zakudala bekazenza.
Ima, Mamele, what I'm trying to say is, Ubantu, when you're making a small error of just making her, she's just a young girl that's abused. I want to know more about her. Is she, you know, I mean, you kind of described her body, but that doesn't matter. Like, I want to know her nature.
Curse or the abuse itself. Now, the antagonist, this lady Gitato, she's the protagonist. I'll get into her flaws and all. The antagonist is the husband, who is a narcissistic, cunning, abusive man who is overconfident and very charming. He will stop at nothing to keep Tato entrapped in his web and not lose his daughter. So he doesn't want Tato to leave her. He doesn't want.
Passionate about writing.
It's one guy, my love. Work with me.
Just your passion. Or rata eng?
Okay, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite.
Hi, Bo. Ungazongena entweni zethu.
We'll allow you to take photos in Studio 6, which is our Rugby World Cup Super Sport studio at the moment. Very exciting. It's also where Carte Blanche is filmed as well. So that will be a photo moment as well. Guys, I see you've got bags and everything like that. Keep it on you. Keep it safe because we're going to walk. We're going far. Okay? So you ready? I hope high heels. Ooh, air. Another thing I'm going to do, this is my colleague Kasim Abrahams.
Hi.
Kasim and I are going to take you on the tour. I've got another colleague joining me as well just now, but I'm going to split you into groups of 2. So if I can just simply ask the production crew need to come with me. Anyone with cameras and production need to come with me because I will show you what to do, where we're going, and the rest split. So I think if you can just do a straight split down this side.
LEDs have been around for many, many years. Different colors, green, red, orange. The game changer was being able to make one LED change color to literally every single color you wanted. And
that's what brought on LED screens, this form, and your TVs at home, and your mobile phones. Okay? Your computer screens, the flat screens at home, that are LED and not LCD, use the same technology. LEDs changing color all the time. That's the game changer. All right? Little, going back to the disc, you see that little opening, you get that white and black panel there, in the corner, with a little opening to the bottom of it. That was the fireplace from the Big Brother production. It's still there. East Africa, Mnet City there, Africa Magic Family, and so on and so on. When you're watching your DSTV at home, you're watching one channel. We look at all the channels.
4 of those, and then one has 206 because it's Monday to Thursday. So you have to read those treatments. You have to then watch the episodes, then read the scripts, then watch the episodes to see if what is shot is what is, you know what I mean?
The catch about the program, it's not just about the script writing, you know. So we said, even though we're given small budgets, we want to do the most with the little man that we have. We said we're going to select some script writers because our idea, honestly, is to shoot all the movies of all the delegates who are here. But due to lack of resources, we said we're going to start as archive with 3. Then Waipur NAVF is going to also select 3 of the people. And we'll make sure we talk to NAVF. Don't just select young people and sit with their work in your offices. If you're saying you're going to produce their work, support them and fund them. So, but the reality is that everybody who attended this program is not a failure, and everybody must end up having a content. I have said to the CEO of the NAVF that it's not about just shooting, just writing, learning how to write. You know, it's about learning how to write and going to shoot your content. When you shoot your content, you are able to create a job opportunity for young people in your area because you're going to have actors. And when you've got actors, because they also went through the program of where commissioning editors from MultiChoice. They were training them and telling them what they are looking for when you want to submit your content to MultiChoice, and showing our people all our control rooms and so on, MultiChoice control rooms and so on. So the reason we brought those people on board is to make sure these writers, when they go to write their content, they must write content that is going to be commissioned. They must write content that is then going to create job opportunity, because as I said, partnerships, they help us. When we develop the final content, it's going to be short and is going to be able to go to MultiChoice. Those actors who are acting, they will then be able to be paid once this particular content has been bought by a broadcaster. So as Archive, we are really grateful with this project, and we thank every single person who has taken their time to be part of the program. Look, we are also happy that we've got very diverse delegates, and I'm happy in terms of gender balancing, because we've got actually more women than men in the program, which shows Archive does understand issues of women empowerment. As you saw, we were running this program in the Women Month. We made sure we have got more women who are being empowered with knowledge, because in this creative industry, women are not taken serious. Women are mostly treated just as either sex symbols or models of some sort. They are not taken serious as people who can run their own production houses. But as Archive was saying, we want to break this bond. We want to train women who are going to be running big production houses. We want to train women who are going to write Hollywood blockbuster movies. Because a lot of women, especially in our country, they don't have access. They are either just actors or just extras and so on. But as we have said, we as Archive were developing writers who are going to compete with the best. We're developing writers who are going to write about their own stories in their community and take them to the world.
Get up.